I mean, obviously we're disappointed that we didn't win. We expect to win when we go out there. I think the biggest thing that showed is, you know, I didn't do a great job preparing our guys tonight. I feel like we could have done some different situations that would have helped us. But, you know, like I said from the beginning, this is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. And I know it doesn't feel good. We got looks on the guys' faces afterwards, myself, the coaching staff. But there were good things in that game for our team. And there's some things that we're going to have to improve on drastically going into next week. But I also feel you make more improvement from week 1 and week 2 than any other week during the year. And we have a great group of kids. I think the kids will buy into what we're doing. They'll own up and they'll understand that I'll do a better job preparing them and they have to do a better job preparing themselves. And we're going to slowly get better. It's an interesting thing. I've never been in a situation like this where we've played that many freshmen. That many young guys, and that's by any means, it's not an excuse. That's why I took the timeout in the end. That's why I did the onside kick at the end, just to give our guys another chance at a different situation in live fire. And that, you know, I feel good about some guys on our team. There's some guys on our team we need to work with. So
you have a case where you've never played before, and so there's the great unknown, and you lose the game. You know, and you have some mistakes along the way, but you have to feel good. At least it gives you a base, and you know, you probably expect to compete, but you don't know what's going to happen. So, how do you feel about it in that regard?
Well, like I've told you many times, like I don't really know. We didn't know what we had because we've been going against each other for so long. There were some great things. I mean, these two guys right here did an unbelievable job, and I think for us, some of the things that Taylor did was smart on their part. I mean, they got big on offense and just leaned on us and leaned on us and leaned on us. We're a young team, we're a young front, and I think we can build on that. One, we have to understand what we need to do physically, but two, we need to understand what it is to bounce back from the loss and the adversity that happens. I mean, there were times in that game where we kind of reeled it in and then we made a freshman mistake, or and I shouldn't say a freshman mistake, we made a mistake. We made a football mistake. You know, I threw a bad call in there and they scored a touchdown. You know, we ran a fake punt. We needed some momentum and it wasn't the best call. So there's things that we can see that we haven't been able to see before that we'll be able to grow from.
How big was that kick return at the beginning after they marched down the field for the touchdown and that kind of reeled your team back into it?
Well, it was awesome. I mean, Rashawn O'Neal is one of the fastest guys, if not the fastest guy on our team. And we've seen that in practice. But you know, now that you see it live, it just reinforces what we thought. And there's a bunch of guys that did a lot of good things today. And I know it sounds cliche, but the truth of the matter really is there's a ton of good things that we're going to take out of this loss. The hard thing for us is we lost the game. And that's frustrating for me as a coach, for the staff, for the players, for the families, for the university. We go out and expect to win every game. And it won't be any different in any game that we play this year. We're going to expect to win every single game. We're going to prepare like that. And the best thing is going to be this film. This film will be great because we'll be able to see the mistakes, some of them being young mistakes, some of them being older guys, whatever it is, they're football mistakes that hold you back from winning a game. To beat another team, I said it before, it takes a whole village of people to do that. And football is unique because you have so many different parts going. We all got to be on the same page, and today we weren't all the time.
Rashawn, can you talk about that? About taking that ball down?
It was mostly on my teammates. They opened the gap, and I told them if, you know, before the game and in practice, if they, you know, stay on their blocks or they really, you know, work as a team, then I'll take it all the way.
What were you thinking as you were going down there?
It's like a movie, because all week in practice they were saying, follow us, trust us, and you're gonna crib it. You know, you're gonna take it back to the crowd. You know.
Lou, how about that? You know, what was the feeling on the sideline for that?
It's unbelievable. He's lightning in a bottle, and it just immediately gives us energy. And I think part of us being so young, we don't understand that yet. Mm-hmm. Like, there were times in that game where we're 7 down and we're making a move, and the offense is moving, and our guys are just kind of like looking at each other like, what should we do? Mm-hmm. Like, we have to coach them up while we're coaching the game. That was the hardest thing today, and it was unbelievable. And again, he's lightning in a bottle. We have some good players here. We just, you know, we got to get some more, and we got to get guys older and bigger, and it was fun. At times the game was fun. Obviously I'm a bad loser, so, and right, wrong, or indifferent, I am. Like my wife, my daughter gives me a kiss after the game was the only thing that made me feel better for half a second. But guys like Rashawn, guys like Brent, I mean, you just look at some of these other stats. I mean, like Herman Brunis today had 12 catches for 120 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, now, he's an older guy. He's a guy that came here and he's a little bit older, and it showed today. You know, Hunter Kraus has I mean, I've said it to you a couple times. Like, at some point, he's going to turn around and he's going to throw a ball in the flat, and it's going to go 60 the other way, and you're going to be fuming. And I was fuming, but I grabbed him after and I said, like, you can't make a bad situation worse by doing that. That's a freshman mistake. It's a first time ever starting a quarterback a college game, and it's a freshman mistake. So I think there's some good things. We have some good guys. We got some good people. We just got to keep working and getting better, man. And I know it's a cliche, but we just got to keep chopping wood, and we're going to do that. We're going to be good.
Redmond, one of the telling stats on the game was the time of possession that they had, like 12 minutes more. How did you guys deal with that in the second half? You wear down a little bit or not?
Yeah, I think the coaches prepared us well. They told us all week that they're going to lean on us, and I think that's what they did. They came out and leaned on us, and I mean they ran the ball. Hats off to them. They played well, and I think going forward, I think we're going to correct those mistakes. I think the coaching staff and the players as well. I think we're going to work harder in practice, and work harder so then our gas is up, and we're going to be able to play the whole game.
Did you guys wear down?
I mean, I say some of us were really tired, but I mean, it's not on the coaching staff, it's on us, and I think that going forth, I think we're going to prepare better as a team to play all 4 quarters.
Being in the middle of it all, what was the biggest thing you saw a difference between hitting your own teammates for the last year and a half to facing Taylor?
I mean, when you play against your teammates, they love you inside, but like when you're playing against them, obviously it's difficult. They're going to play you as hard as they can, but when you're playing against another set of bodies that's not teammates, I mean, they're going to hate you as much as we dislike them. So.
Lou, what was the biggest surprise from Taylor's side today for you guys in terms of game plan? Like, what are some of the things that they did well that maybe you weren't expecting them to do well?
I mean, honestly, they were going into it. I knew. I mean, they were a 7-3 team last year. I knew they would be coached well. I knew they have great special teams. They got a kicker that's right around here. That I feel good. I mean, he was a good player. The tight end was a good player, and I think it reflects it. I think he had 8 catches for 80 yards. Them running the ball, they had 187 yards rushing, and number 27 for them had 127 yards. That's a lot. We're not going to win a bunch of football games that way. And then time of possession, like Pete said. I mean, the time of possession, you look at it, they had the ball for 34 minutes, and we had it to our 25. And then in the fourth quarter, they had it for 10 minutes to our 4:53. Now it's a combination of everything. It's a combination of defense not getting off the field on third down. That's a combination of turnovers. It's a combination of not conversion. Not great special teams play. So for us, we've got a lot. The good thing is we play another game. It's a long season. We got 10 more opportunities to get better, and we have a long way to go with a young team. And I think we're going to show a big improvement from week 1 to week 2 because it's going to be a whole new challenge next week.
At the beginning of the game, Coach, did you see a kind of deer in the headlights look from your players being so young, being the first game?
Not at all. Absolutely not. I felt, I was pleased by the way they responded. They came out. But I think, like I told them from the beginning, it was going to be like a heavyweight fight, like an old school heavyweight fight where you're body blow after body blow, headshot after headshot. The guy that's standing up at the end that's in the best shape is going to win. And I think right now that's what kind of happened. They wore us down. I know Brent might not say it, but we looked tired in the end. Because we had big bodies leaning on us, and we're not very big right now, and obviously there are some things that I need to do better, and that'll get done this week.